The answer is yes. And you might have seen the title and thought, is this clickbait? The answer to that is no. I've got 5 ways that a 1-minute walk really could change your life. And it doesn't matter whether you have never taken an intentional walk for fitness or exercise in your life, or you walk 20,000 steps every single day. I believe that at least one of these could actually change your life. If you're brand new to this channel, hi, I'm Dave. I'm not a doctor, not a licensed personal trainer. I'm a guy who loves walking, who's passionate about walking, to the point that I even started a daily 10-minute podcast to encourage others to begin walking for fitness, to create a fitness habit that sticks, that you can do it consistently. That podcast is Walking is Fitness. All right, let's get to it. 5 ways that a 1-minute walk could change your life. Number 1, and maybe you've heard the research, you've seen the research, that sitting a lot is dangerous. In fact, someone even referred to sitting as the new smoking. And they say that because they've discovered through research that if you sit for long periods of time, I think they even said 8 hours a day without getting up, 8 hours a day, day after day after day, that the long-term health impact is similar to someone who smokes. So the first way that a 1-minute walk could change your life is if you have a job, or maybe you have a lifestyle that involves a lot of sitting, that's dangerous. Getting up and taking a 1-minute walk begins to break that up. The experts recommend that if we do a lot of sitting, really the best thing is to get up every 30 minutes, if that's possible. If it's not, try every hour. And it doesn't have to be a long walk. A simple, short 1-minute walk begins to break up the dangers of sitting. So that's one way that a 1-minute walk could change your life. Number 2, again, this is research-based, and this involves a little more intensity. And because of that, if you're someone who does sit a lot, it's good to check with your doctor to make sure that some intense exercise is safe for you, is good for you. So please do that first. But they've done some research and have found that 4 to 7-minute walks, 1-minute walks every day with some intensity, you're getting your heart rate up. So these are short, 1 minute, but they're intense. That you do that 4 to 7 times a day, the research indicates you could lower your risk of an early death by as much as 40%. That'll change your life. Number 3, the third way that a 1-minute walk could change your life. You've probably heard for your entire life about the benefits of exercise, and maybe you've even attempted it. Maybe you thought, this is the year that I'm going to get fit, that I'm going to begin pursuing exercise, that maybe you've even thought, I'm going to walk for fitness because walking is great. And a lot of times, I don't know about you, but this is the way I'm wired. A lot of times when we start something new, we dive into the deep end. So I'm going to begin walking for fitness. I'm going to get 10,000 steps a day, or I'm going to walk 30 minutes every day. And what happens after about 2 weeks? That thing is in the rear view mirror. It's much better to first establish the habit. To do a short walk, a 1-minute walk at the same time every day. They've said, research has shown that on average it takes about 66 days to build a habit. Some can do it a little bit less. Some actually need even more than 66 days. Don't start with 10,000 steps a day. Start with a 1-minute walk every day at the same time. Say at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 7 in the morning. It doesn't matter what time. But you take a 1-minute walk every day at the same time to build that habit. Day after day, week after week, month after month. Because a lot of times what derails exercise is that it's too intense and we don't like it. And then we start looking for those excuses, or those excuses bubble to the top. I don't have enough time. I'm too tired. There are things going on. I can't do this. But we can find 1 minute a day for a walk. Doesn't even have to be a fast walk. 1 minute a day to build the exercise habit, which certainly could change your life. Which leads to number 4. One of the crazy great things about walking is that over time, it becomes fun. We enjoy it. So that 1 minute walk goes a little bit longer, becomes a 2 minute walk, a 3 minute walk, a 10-minute walk, a 20-minute walk. And then maybe, crazy of crazies, you find yourself walking 10,000 steps a day. Because when you start walking, you enjoy it so much, at least most people do. You enjoy it so much that you want to keep going. 1 minute isn't enough. But when you tell yourself, I'm just going for a 1 minute walk, get you out the door. And before you know it, you're walking longer and longer and longer. That could change your life. All right, and the 5th way that a 1 minute walk could change your life, again, research-based, they've discovered that walking is a powerful way to come up with ideas, to solve problems, to be more creative when we're focused. When we're focused on, I've got to figure this thing out. And we begin moving, we begin walking, and you come up with the idea. I can't tell you how many times I've done that, and I still do it. And within 1 minute, literally within 1 minute, there's an idea. Maybe it's not fully fleshed out, maybe it's not fully formed, but it's enough to at least get me started on the right track. In August 2017, I attended a conference. It was a podcasting conference. I'd been in radio, still am in radio. I'd been in radio for decades and was really interested in this podcasting format. And I attended this conference and was motivated that I wanted to start a podcast. And so on the morning that I was leaving the conference, I wanted to come up with an idea for a podcast. And I was focused. What do I love? What do I know about? What could help others? And I began walking in my hotel room from one end of the room to the other. And within 1 minute, I came up with the idea for a daily 10-minute podcast that could help others begin walking for fitness, could be a motivation for others to get out and walk more. I'd love to say that I came home for that conference and started that podcast, but no, it took me 4 years. And the idea changed, it morphed a little bit, but that initial idea of a daily 10-minute walking podcast was the foundation for my daily 10-minute walking podcast called Walking is Fitness. And that began in November of 2021. And I can't tell you how many people have let me know how that podcast has changed their life, how that podcast has motivated them to begin walking for fitness. They've tried before and it just didn't stick, but listening to that podcast 10 minutes every day was the spark they needed. So can a 1 minute walk change your life? The answer is yes. And even more to the point, a 1 minute walk might even change somebody else's life.